This day in sports history. This episode is brought to you by the Sterling Soap Company. I'm a big fan of shave soap. I've been using different brands for years, and I recently gave Sterling's shave soaps a try, and I've been very happy with the results. Sterling's shave soaps give you a great lather and a frictionless feel that allows the razor to glide right over the skin for a super close shave. No skin irritation and a clean, refreshing feel with no soapy residue after. I can tell you without a doubt, it's simply the best shave I've ever had. And my wife has noticed too. And here's the thing. With the ability to purchase 1-ounce sample pucks, you can try out different scents to find the right one for you. Give Sterling Soap a try today. Visit sterlingsoap.com. That's STIRLING soap.com. It's February 4th, and with the Philadelphia Eagles playing in Super Bowl 59 against the two-time defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday, let's go back 7 years to what happened on this day in 2018 when the Eagles won their first and only Super Bowl when they beat the defending champion Patriots in Super Bowl 52. Now, this was an offensive showcase between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. The teams combined to set an NFL record for most yards gained with 1,151, and there was only one punt. It was a rematch of sorts. These franchises had met 13 years before in Super Bowl 39. There was only one guy who had played in that previous game, and of course that guy was Tom Brady. Brady set a Super Bowl record in this one with 505 yards passing, and that record still stands. He also threw for 3 touchdowns, a couple of those to Gronk. On the other side, the Eagles had Nick Foles. Now, Foles had taken over from Carson Wentz after a late-season injury, and he had piloted the ship pretty well. Now, in this game, he completed 28 passes for 373 yards, but it's what happened at the end of the first half that most people remember about this game.
4th and goal. And they're going to snap it, and it's Trey Burton who throws, caught. Foles, touchdown.
Foles had thrown a touchdown pass earlier in the game, and so when he was on the receiving end of this one at the end of the first half, he became the first player to ever pass for a touchdown and catch a touchdown pass in a Super Bowl. That was equaled last year when Jawan Jennings did it for San Francisco. Foles' catch gave the Eagles a 22-12 lead at the break. But the Patriots had a history of making comebacks in Super Bowls, and they put together another one in the second half.
And Brady lost one for Gronkowski, reaching for it, touchdown. They look unstoppable right now.
The PAT gave the Pats the lead 33-32 with 9:22 remaining in the game, but Foles, playing the role of unlikely hero, led the Eagles back down the field in the latter stages of the fourth quarter in what would be the winning points.
3rd down and 7 from the 12.
Zach Ertz out wide, one-on-one.
Clement flares out to the right, caught over the middle and into the end zone. Zach Ertz for the touchdown.
A strip sack of Brady on their next drive gave Philly the ball back, and they were able to run out some clock and add a field goal for the final margin of 41-33. In honor of Black History Month, on this day in 2007, Super Bowl 41 between the Indianapolis Colts and the Chicago Bears featured 2 African-American head coaches for the first time. Tony Dungy's Colts against Lovie Smith's Chicago Bears. This game was bookended by 2 huge plays. First, the opening kickoff. Calling the action that night for CBS were Jim Nantz and Phil Simms. And just prior to the kick, Simms had what you might call the opposite of a prediction.
Well, my thought is, Jim, in a big game like this where nerves can be a factor, it's always better to start on defense. So the Colts, maybe it was a blessing losing the coin toss.
We led the NFC in both kickoff returns and punt returns. And the Colts have had a hard time all season covering kicks. It's Hester trying to work it back to the middle. Gets past the first wave, and here he goes. It's Hester inside the 30. Hester's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. And no flag, 92 yards.
That's the only time that the opening kickoff has ever been returned for a touchdown. The Colts were smart from that point on, and they never kicked it to Devin Hester again. Behind Peyton Manning's 247 yards passing and Adam Vinatieri's 3 field goals, the Colts had a 22-17 lead after the third quarter. With the Bears trying to find those go-ahead points, Rex Grossman made a mistake.
The question is, can you protect the quarterback long enough?
Picks up 21 and a first. Grossman. Look out here, he's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Hayden. And Hayden still running inside the 20, and Hayden may run it back all the way. He does! Kelvin Hayden.
Rex Grossman was determined he was going to throw it. There was no chance of the receiver catching that football.
Hayden in the game.
That was Grossman's second interception of the day, and the Colts hung on for the 29-17 win. Hey, I needed to call a quick timeout to let you know that we're giving away a $50 gift card to Homefield Apparel. Have a favorite college sports team? Of course you do. You're listening to a sports podcast. Well, Homefield Apparel has all the great gear so you can support your team in style. Jerseys, hoodies, hats, and a whole lot more are available in your team's colors and insignias. So go to sportshistorynetwork.com/giveaways for your chance at a $50 gift card to Homefield Apparel. I've also put a link in the show notes. Now, let's get back out there. We've got more of this episode to do. On this day in 2012, it was the beginning of LinSanity. And to say what happened on this night and in the following weeks was unexpected would be an understatement. The Knicks head coach at the time was Mike D'Antoni, and he told a funny story about the practice 2 days prior, that he was looking around the gym for someone to play point guard. Baron Davis was out, rookie Iman Shumpert was a possibility, but really wasn't the answer that he was looking for. Jeremy Lin was on a short-term deal with the Knicks and not even on his radar. Well, after the practice ended, Lin came up to D'Antoni and asked if it would be a good idea to ship his car from the West Coast to the East Coast. And with Lin's short-term contract up on the following Tuesday, D'Antoni suggested maybe he should wait a little bit longer. D'Antoni's assistants, though, had been keeping track of Jeremy, and they felt that he had something special to offer, and they convinced D'Antoni to give him a chance. So, on the 4th, the Knicks were at home at MSG against the New Jersey Nets. Lin checked into the game to play the point with 3:35 left in the first quarter.
Jeremy Lin drives and finishes. Nice play from Lin. Here's the strip, and Lin throws it ahead to Tony Douglas. Up for the layup, backs it in. There's a little spark you talked about, Clyde.
Yeah, Lin provided impetus.
There's Lin. Just active and aggressive. Alley-oop to Chandler. Oh, beautiful pass from Lin. And Jeremy Lin continues to excite this crowd. I think the players would stop doing it if it was called. Alley-oop to Chandler. Jeremy Lin flips it up again. And Chandler throwing it down. Bench play in that second quarter. A lot was just the up-tempo, pressuring, driving to the basket, does it again. And a chance for a three-point play as he got hit. He's already played more minutes tonight than in any other game.
Watch the acceleration.
When the horn sounded, Lin had a new career high of 25 points and 7 assists. He struggled to explain where this offensive explosion had come from, saying, "I'm still kind of in shock about everything that happened, but I'm just trying to soak it all in right now." 2 nights later against the Utah Jazz, Lin was in the starting lineup. From a great start to a horrible start, on this day in 1987, the Sacramento Kings set an NBA record by scoring only 4 points in the first quarter in a game against the LA Lakers. The Kings went more than 9 minutes without scoring a single point. And then when they finally did score, it was from the free throw line with 2 minutes 54 seconds left in the first. They added 2 more from the line a few minutes later. Sacramento was 0 for 18 from the field in the quarter, and they trailed 40-4 at the end of it. The 4 points still stands as the lowest first quarter output in NBA history. And time now for today's That's Got Nothing to Do with Sports fun fact. Betty White was originally cast as Blanche Devereaux in The Golden Girls, but director Jay Sandrich suggested that she play the naive Rose Nyland due to the fact that she'd played a character similar to Blanche on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. White was a little unsure how to play the role in the beginning, but leaned into it and ended up with her third Primetime Emmy because of it. This has been an original Thrive Suite production.